Well, hey, what's up? This is gonna be a weird one. I'm gonna try to leave this stream running. I've been kind of practicing my stream setup. There won't be no probably fun video games today. I'm going to live stream me Jordan Petersoning my room, so to speak, and just letting this run and just as I go about my day, I'm gonna let this go. Why? Well, it's in the title. Enough said. On my Instagram, you will see that the meta has changed such that I no longer have enough respect to even load my firearm for these mother out there. Get it? This is what happens when you erode someone's trust in the system like that. If you know me, you know that I would never, etc. Because what is the medal about? It is about processing. It is about having a good place to process bad feelings and moving on. What is the recurring thing that people who will say about their victims? What's whatever gets people to disown them, stop believing them, etc. Leave them abandoned and alone in a place with lots of danger. While all of the public utility companies are sporting bad signs. While the air smells of gas leaks and repaving jobs done by those same companies. You know, if you rent warehouse space in North Portland or around, you maybe know what I mean and don't know what to say or do about it. Well, I've been saying and doing stupid things on Instagram and here on YouTube about it, and increasingly, etc. Look at the title. Look at how I'm just trying to scare them all day on my Instagram, and then we'll walk around and there's these superstitious guys with bad affiliations clearly going around telling me whatever to freak me out. And you know, the worst thing is this all started happening about a year ago, right around the time that a certain etc. administration started. And I'd have friends tell me, hey, you know, I hear this story on the internet about this thing happening to someone. I'd be like, oh, wow, you know, I'm having a bunch of stuff happening in my life that I don't understand, but it resonates with that. And then they'd be like, you're crazy then. That means you're crazy. And it's like, well, hold on a second. Did you not listen to the story you just told me? Like, shouldn't we hold grace for one another and hold them to higher account? Isn't that what we do in America? Right? Anyway, so just in case somebody comes and trying my door again now, like they have been, especially like the events which caused me to move into this accursed apartment place in the first place, which caused me to delay starting my eBay store in the first place, watch as I do my eBay store and clean my room, and have the most boring day ever with this microphone on, knowing that this is better resolution than they've got. Because I don't know what they're going to try to do. I don't know what they're going to try to paint me as, but I do know that I started warning everybody what's up. I do know that anytime I made a friend, I was like, this is who I am, this is the music I make, this is what it means to me, this is the music I listen to, this is what it means to me, this is the music that I like in certain contexts and why certain things affect me the way they do. And at the first opportunity, what do people who are stressed out and tired and overworked and burned out do? Not have any time for that, right? And what happens if there's a systemic reduction in the ability to get help from, say, churches? If you're a religious minority, idiot with something going on that makes it so that it's dangerous to have even the few people who would take your side come over to your house. Because there are signs that people like you and yours are not surviving in this neighborhood. Forever. And I've been warning you all. That's what it is. It's warnings for you. And if by the time I send you a text message that makes you think I would do something that I would never do, and you decide to interpret it like that, then you are like that. Do you get it? What does a youth type person do? What do? They take the worst faith interpretation of anything you say, they caricaturize you, and then they try to put you in a casket. Consider it a metaphor for turning on your friends. Mean Girls, if you want. If you don't know what I'm talking about Mean Girls. Sure, it applies. And if you do know what I'm talking about, then you know why Mean Girls is calling out the kinds of backstabbing stuff that ruins communities and that our enemies leverage against us. It's time immemorial, divide and conquer. Except what do they do now when they have the... I mean, you guys need to go watch people who have been more in the loop about this than me, about the security stuff out there. I'm the kind of security professional that just fixes laptops and sells them on eBay mostly, and so I just BIOS updates. Do you have a valid key for your Windows? Whatever, you know. But that's enough to know that all of the security vulnerabilities in our world exist in the BIOS level. And if you have some soldering abilities and a hex editor, the secrets of the world are yours now. That's literally just the world we live in, right? And that's why I have a video that I shot, actually, and reshot a couple of times about MacBooks that I have not posted yet, because as bad as it is, and as much as I might be a girl who tries to run video games on a MacBook running Arch Linux, we live in a scary world now. There's a reason Apple discontinues hardware when it does, right? Usually that reason is, let's say it together, Wi-Fi drivers. And why? Because this isn't a NordVPN advertisement. You might expect it to be, but I don't take money like that from etc. So no, it's just an honest, like, hey, this is the world we live in, right? What do you do about it? You just accept the fact that don't log into your bank account on the MacBook that you play Tony Hawk on. And if that doesn't make sense to you, yeah, that's the problem, right? How do we get our legislators to understand what I just said? One thing I can tell you, though, is that in the Linux space, companies like Valve and Microsoft, however you may feel about them, I happen to just keep my head down and not really know what's going on, so forgive me for saying that I like Valve right now, and I have nothing to say about Microsoft right now. Look, if you have a Steam Deck, it comes with a locked down kernel, and it's probably fine. I still wouldn't bank account with it, but you know what, you do you, right? It's better than my Arch Linux MacBook. It's not, that would be a false equivalence to say that it's actually a Steam Deck that I am talking to you on right now. So here's the thing, right? If I'm wandering around and there's people stressing me out everywhere, there's signs that some kind of gas situation is happening. I hope you understand that if you reached out to me during this time period, I don't know that you're you, as some people have been saying to me, because that's also part of how it works, right? They want to say that you're not the person who was born here, and so they can do whatever they want with you. And if they do it fast enough and quietly enough, then nobody will even get a chance to stand up for you. So that's why I'm here, and that's why when I had a rare opportunity that I would say not everybody gets on this side of the grave, let's just say, it's a trauma joke, I guess. Just think of it like that. Yeah, I'm not trying to hang out with people right now. I'm trying to actually make enough money to get through what I have to get through, have enough left over to keep living a life, whether that's with an eBay store or moving or what. I don't know yet, because right now I can't trust a single soul. And I'm sorry if anyone has been trying to reach out to me in my personal life and being like, hey, why don't you log into Facebook? Why do you just talk outwardly into Instagram and then just try to echo that out through the world? Well, it's basically because I'm St. Paul right now, so to speak, in a imaginary mind prison of somebody else's worst nightmares. I can't say more. It sounds stupid. It sounds crazy. But if I were to say more, it would sound stupider and crazier. So that's not on me. That's go watch like Ben Jordan videos. Anybody who with science, right? What is my science? What do I know? What is my skill set? It's out of date computers, okay? But if I have to know why an out of date computer is so called out of date at all points in time, because I care about the few people who might buy a laptop on eBay and not put an operating system on it themselves, yeah, I actually have to stay completely on the level of at least what the threats are, right? So I'm not going to tell them to you because I care about you. Now, unfortunately, I know things I wish I didn't, but we all need to know these things, such as that your key fobs do not keep you safe at all. Your phone actually might now, in a way you might not expect. And I don't want to say that. I just want to say, like, don't fall for the hype around certain things, like dark web, signal, whatever. Just because it claims to be able to keep you discreet, it's just not true. Like, I don't really even try, right? You can ask the outside right now. I get my Wi-Fi de-auth all the time. I'd be surprised if this stream is still running at this point. Thank God it is. Anyway, I got stuff to do. I'm preaching to everybody kind of hopefully the same way for more resolution and clarity at this point. Because I know, don't ask how I know, that there are stupid onlookers without any kind of medical anything trying to look at my life and say, that is a this, that is a that, that is a that, whatever. I'm like, you can call me what you want, just like don't take my basic human freedoms away. I don't really care. You can take my firearm away, I will, etc. New meta. So, yeah, not a new meta more, it's a new Fortnite meta, my friends. So this is what my face looks like, my hair looks like, fresh, etc. It's for those of you who want to see, like, hey, what does a real human look like after this many years of having a hard time because of a disability that has been miraculously healed by faith, as far as you know. As far as I know. Because guess what, right? I'm not going to give you the same health insurance complaint that I'm sure your parents or whoever have at this point. Go call them. I'm leaving this live stream running because people have been making threats on my life, and I'd like to capture the moment. And if it doesn't happen, cool. I want to show you guys how cool I am on the day that people threatened would be my death. And so if you've judged me for anything I have said, if you think anything I've done or said is cruel, how much more cruel is the fact that I disrespect the, 10 different people who have threatened that today is the day I'm going to die, to the point where I will not even load game and pheasant scattershot into my firearm, because I would rather etc. them to the etc. with a machete if they try it again. Get it? If you thought you were my friend and you waited until I was this dire to reach out, you are not my friend. If you have been working with these motherfuckers out there, you are compromised and they have leverage over you. I have lived my life pure and I've demonstrated it with some official records at this point. You have scanned my face, you have scanned my fingerprints. I've even gone through booking. I'll say nothing else. Shame on you for looking like that at me in this manner. Shame on any of you for judging me for my religious freedom, tattoos, the way I process grief, pain, trauma when y'all have been hit and running me in the streets. When I'll call the cops and they don't give a shit. When my ex could do whatever and tell me that that's how it is in the bedroom or else you're on the streets, and I say, look, if it's going to be like that, just be honest and do not deny the fact that we've had this conversation. You've done that every night for however long. Or I'm leaving. And guess what? Grab bags and tears. And if you don't know what grab bags and tears feel like, you do not get to judge me. If you do not know what that means, you can go sit on it. Because it means you're a man. Everyone else knows what a grab bag and tears situation is like that. Huh? It means you've been getting your consent violated and you need to get out. So yeah, I'm tired of having certain powerful people say, hey, I want to hire you for this, and me being like, I don't do that, I fix laptops. Whoever it might be, it's, as far as you know, 20 million different people at this point. And as far as I know, it's even more because I don't even check the comments that are probably bots who are trying to scare me into those same bad decisions. No, instead I'm getting sober. I'm going to let you guys watch me be extremely angry, isolated, and alone after falling for whatever John Cummings nonsense is going on out there. I'm going to let you guys know that I heard some terrible news about him and do not care because I've known my whole life and was the one to tell you all. So eat it. If anyone from my family tries to reach out to me for the first time, enjoy the funeral. After the funeral, you better slide because look at what's going on out there. Whether it's mine or his, I don't know. How do I know? Nobody's told me directly. You guys communicate like poltergeists and cats. I spit in my own house. I disrespect you. I disrespect the flag. I disrespect America. I disrespect this country. I disrespect your Jesus Christ of crackers. We all know he was from the Galilee. What's happening there right now, huh? What's happening in America right now, huh? What's been happening the whole time, huh? Make a change. I hope it's just a metaphor. Because you know it is for me. And you know I already made the change. And you know that anybody I would send that to should know that. Because guess what? You might not like his music and you might not like his... I probably don't even like his ideology. I don't know what it is on a political level. But Enel Borgas and Make a Change, etc., etc., etc. yourself, the band, saved my life. Because sometimes when you're that alone and trapped and desperate and isolated and people are making threats against you, whether it's through passive economic stress or whether it's through etc., etc., it helps to know someone else has been through that, even if it's like that, right? So behold my symposium. Drink deep and descend, idiots. I'm going to Jordan Peterson my room now. HD sucks. Oh man, upstairs is stomping around again. Yeah, you know, whatever on the same schedule, you know, I can just be as loud as I want. It's not noise complaint hours right now. I try to be mindful of that, even as I'm practicing for my YouTube channel. Judgmental bitch walls. Fucking hate you all so much. Not my real neighbors, just fakers, you know. There's a couple of Airbnbs, not real people. I overheard people talking about it. It's like I overheard some interesting things at a court appointment a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it's true. I don't know who they were talking about. Just interesting. Minecraft MC defaults, I will not deep throat you. I don't like having my tongue illegal. I do not consent to that use of technology. I did not know that that's what I signed up for by being an American. That is not what real mysticism is. This is your MK Ultra torture chamber, not mine. You dumbasses. You get to wash my feet now, bitch. I don't know. Is it as above and below, or is it I don't respect you enough to even build a guillotine anymore, I have a machete now? That's the meta. You guys get to decide. You know, it's like democracy. It's just the number of people who decide. Votes or machetes. And you know how many people decided hacking the system in 20 whatever instead for etc.? Yeah, Trump supporters. Stupid idiots. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you hack your brains for pedophiles? Huh? Why would you let John Hannity turn you into a pedophile? Huh? Why would you let Tucker Carlson turn you into a pedophile? Huh? What is your problem? If you don't know, everybody who's a Trump supporter has AIDS now. It's true. They told me. Every Trump supporter in America told me that they have AIDS now. And that trans people are the only people who are clean and pure, and that Trump supporters have AIDS. And it was backwards the whole time, actually. It turns out it was conservative men who started the AIDS crisis in the 80s because they fucked monkeys at Epstein Island. Did you know that? Sean Hannity told me when he tried to hire me for etc. And I told him I'm not a Republican. I don't do that. I told him I have these big energy check, big check energy. And you know what I do? Tell Sean Hannity to get lost. I don't care how many zeros he puts at the end of it. Fuck you. I got it all right here, bitch. That's, yeah, anytime you hear me say the word bitch, I'm talking about Republican men. Straight white men. Bitches. You know what I've got for them? I'm Link now, bitch. Yeah, as in politically lesbian. It's a gaming reference. We all know that Link is politically lesbian. These are misdirection jokes disguised as anger. I'm not actually like this. This is your MK Ultra experiment right now, man with the dogs. Because we all know that people who are under your boots right now in the proverbial stomping that you guys are doing with your goose walks are tired of it, and this is what comedy looks like now, huh? Look at, I'm trapped in a it's like a mist game. I'm like Smeagol trapped in a mist game, or Grima Wormtongue, or whatever his name is. I don't know. Do I care about actors? No. Does that make it easy to tell who's wearing a caricature out there? Yes. Do I watch TikTok? No. Does that make it easier to know who's wearing a caricature outside? Yes. Do I read history books? Yes. Do I read the Bible? Yes. Does that make it easier to see who's doing an etc. outside with all of the bad smells? And the classic cover-up tactics and the fear-mongering? Abso-fucking-lutely! Read the goddamn Bible, you idiots. Sean Hannity, stop calling me. This is the worst conference call ever. Hello? Yes? Tucker Carlson? No, you can get lost too. I fucking hate you. See? I have so many iPod earbuds lying around that I don't even care. Right? Isn't that how it goes? You guys want to see what I'm talking about outside? See? It looks normal, doesn't it? If we go outside and talk to people, they'll be like, this is normal. I'm a normal Portland. They're not, I guess. Or maybe they are. But either way, they'll be like, that bitch in there? Crazy. Why? Because they're transphobic. Misdirection joke. Disguised as anger. To teach you about your phobia. Because what am I? Am I a man? No. Am I a woman? No. I'm a whatever with this. Until they kill me. Like they've been threatening. See, it's a joke about life in America right now. Are you anything when there's fascism? Are you anything when there's racism? No. You are a this until they get you. Or you're a white person who has already just lost your humanity, okay? If you are a Nazgul Republican man, woman, etc., who rounds yourself into a character suit, you have no fucking soul. And if you try it, I will not even load my firearm because I hate you that much. And you're not skilled with it, don't ask how I know. You think I'm afraid of a bunch of ICE agents mag dumping rounds into me, pretending they're police officers? No, that's the easiest and most painless death ever. Do you think they should be afraid of the 2 or 3 that I cut down with my machete while they're mag dumping the rounds? Yeah. Yeah, that's the worst death ever. There's a reason they invented guns, you losers. Stop being afraid of guns, start being afraid of machetes. Start being afraid of Toyota Tacomas and the cops not coming when they hit and run you. Years ago, it was blue. It had a license plate with a number that I remember like that. Because I still compulsively check every license plate because I've been hit and run 4 times. How many people gave a fuck? 0! Shame on you for being mad at how I do comedy. Yeah, you want to file a noise complaint so the ICE agents who work for the fucking security guard can come here and haul me away? Machete! It's a secret code, it's a bug report, machete! Toyota Tacoma, all the things that people don't think about that are more dangerous than guns. That are more dangerous than trannies. That are more dangerous than whatever. How about climate change? How about the Santa Ana winds, you bitches? We all know what you're up to. Anybody who's lived down there knows what you're up to. You can call it a conspiracy theory. You can call it what you want. You can say I'm talking about fucking blood libel all you want, but that's what the Nazis do. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about America and what they do. I'm talking about the ops outside. I'm talking about the stupid R2-D2 tower out there. I'm talking about the new flock cameras. I'm talking about the assholes following me around pretending they're not secret police. Telling me lies, getting me to freak out today, because today's the day that I'm doomed to die. But I'm not going down like that. I go down swinging, and if you ever thought I was someone different than that, you're a John Cummings loser. And I will curse you worse than I did him. And don't ask how I know what happened. No one ever told me, and yet I know somehow. How many times did I prove it to you? Those of you who watch that closely. That witchcraft is real. And what my tattoos mean. How many of you know me well enough to know that I would never cast a spell unless it was in self-defense? Because I'm basically faggot Snape of your worst nightmares. This bug is dressed like Beetlejuice. What does that mean? Huh? Does that sound familiar to anyone in Portland? What does it mean? It means machete, idiots. That's just it. I'm too disgusted. I'm too disgusted, and I need to learn to stop yelling at my everything. Because you know what? There are some, maybe a handful of real people in this apartment complex who are probably doomed to die like me. Probably have the mark of death like me. And yeah, I needed to make a bunch of noise, and I needed to yell in the streets, and I needed to look ugly doing this instead of trying to hide behind some cool live stream or contrived set of skills. No, this is it. This is me now. Getting threatened with death. And this is how I deal with it. So if you don't hear from me again after this, they got me. Or I don't give a fuck about you to give you an update. Get it? Shame on you for waiting this long to check in on your friends. Shame on you. I don't care who you are, if you ever knew me. Fuck you. How dare you let it get to this point? Fuck you for believing my ex over me. Fuck you for believing my rapist, John Cummings, or whoever the fuck else. He's the only one I'm gonna call out like that. And obviously the person I was married to for 10 years who decided to end our marriage like that. Gaslighting me, raping me, until I had to leave with a go bag. And if you don't relate to that, or if you think that the sound of my voice or the etc. of my whatever's down there invalidate that, then how many men in your family have freaked out like this but didn't know better and tried to go and hang out with friends and freaked out, or tried to go and party and got arrested? Hmm? Do you have empathy for them? No? It's difficult to have empathy for your abusers, isn't it? Exactly. Why do I not have empathy for you? How much empathy have I showed in droves, even still, all considering and while? If you know what happens to me out there, if you know any of the stories, even one, how fucking dare you? Never let yours, the ones you love, even the ones you tolerate, be alone right now. There is the worst thing ever happening in America. It's just the beginning. We can catch it before it becomes full on, but we all know what's happening. Shame on you for being a denier of what Trump is doing.